Hello, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for more Triple S class Hunter, picking up where we left off last time with Gongja raising his veritable army of goblin devotees. Jesus Christ, this is a weird arc, but it seems very interesting. It's Spore, kind of. Let's just jump right into it, shall we? Purchasing Track Prey. 5 race points will be consumed. You currently have 865 race points. Garrick! 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 I feel there's gonna be a lot of gibberish that I have to read in this chapter, like there was last time. You've successfully hunted. You don't know everything about this prey. Hunting this animal will no longer earn race points. Your hunting experience has reached its maximum. You can no longer earn race points through hunting. That's it for hunting in this area. Why is he sticking his tongue out like that? The Dokubi race establishes itself as hunter-gatherers. Dokubi race? That's changed. They were the designated race before, or just goblins. Now they're Dokubis. You can now no longer gain race points through gathering either. So gathering's done too, huh? Yeah, Gongja, let's just wrap this up and leave. I'm getting bored of this. How to hunt large pack animals. How to hunt large animals in packs. And to freely play with and use mud. The foundations for a future great goblin civilization have been set. The snake leading the noble race declares stage clear. The sword emperor leading the purple bloods declares stage clear. I'd like to pass down things like riding or while I'm at it. Why not just teach it to them? The problem is I want to, but I can't. Opening the civilization shop. Take a look at this. Writing system. Description. Blech! Your race invents a writing system. Writing is far more effective than oral tradition. Unlike fleeting spoken words, written records endure over time. 4,500 points. Pure blood, start with this technology already unlocked. I've got 1,015 points in total, and even if I saved every bit, I'd still be nowhere close. I prefer the pure blood start with something this expensive. Stupid goblins. So that's on you. Pure bloods aren't the only ones with perks. The owls ruled by the count start with both mana sensitivity and aura sensitivity. This is a racial balance for real. My kids are struggling so hard in this awful environment. You chose this, Gongja! Of course, I believe these kids will one day ascend and devour the purebloods and elves alike, but still, they're pitiful. The pitiful one here is you for choosing goblins, Gongja. No! And if it's nothing else, I want to leave them with writing at least. The paladin leading the etching race declares stage clear. So it's just me, the Heretic Inquisitor, and the Black Dragon Lord left now. Forget it. Let's drop the legit method. I'll teach them the alphabet myself. Alright, kids, watch closely. This is A. This right here is A. Yeah, not a single one of them understood a thing. Look! A! A! This is A! The Dokubi race fear you. Your incomprehensible behavior has confused the Dokubi. With their level of intelligence. Isn't it possible? What even is this? The Dokubi race pleads for you to calm your anger. You think I'm doing this all for a bit of meat? Even if I force letters into their heads, they'll forget them soon after. Girls need to feel it for themselves. What it all means. Why they're learning this. Wait. I don't have to start with ABC. Gather! I can tell what they're thinking just by looking at their faces.
He's making us do weird stuff again. It just smells with mud or something.
Alright, I know what you guys like. They're so simple. They're forgiving as easily as they get upset. This means mud. Got it? Still don't quite get it? That's okay. We've got plenty of time. Mud. This means day. The sky is bright. Right now it's night. The sky is dark. That's the sun. Pretty dazzling, right? This is the moon. Means water. Like a stream. Tilde tilde. If the water is a bit deeper, it's... And if it's... it's really deep. The goblin's world is still very small. They don't understand how vast the world truly is. What they see, feel, and hear in this little nest is just a tiny fraction.
Karuk!
Sky.
Karuk! Earth! Car! Water! Meat! Karguru! Feels good. Karuk! Feels bad.
A tiny little world built on just 6 ideas. Watch closely. Black sky. Water. Rain. Water falling from the black sky.
Karuk-ka! Karuk-ka!
The Dokkaebi race has awakened to written language. The Dokkaebi race has gained the new trait, Legacy of Records. Legacy of Records, EA Sports, it's in the game. Effect, the Dokkaebi race has realized the endless potential of drawing. They now understand that their drawings are not just visually pleasing, but can also represent something in the world. That symbols can carry meaning. Yeah. From now on, the Dokkaebi will continue developing pictographs. They will draw what they love, and within their writings. Their lives will be recorded. May fortune follow them. No, the script may change depending on historical developments. Yeah, so it starts at E with the capital A, I imagine was what that means. So I added so many syllables to that. The Black Witch leading the vampiric clan declares stage clear. Looks like it's time for me to go too. I really wanted to teach them basic arithmetic. But even just getting them to learn pictographs and count to 5 is impressive. Take care, kids. I need to get far enough away so the white lion body I left doesn't accidentally hurt the goblins. They're looking for me. Live well. Grow strong. Let's meet again when you're even more amazing. The 4th king, leading the Dokkaebi race, declares stage clear. 31st floor stage has been cleared. Reward settlement will be completed upon entry to the 32nd floor. Sequential floor progression in progress. Forcibly transferring to the 32nd floor. It's a really neat arc. One thing I can say, this webcomic, Triple S Class Royale, does have some very unique ideas. I really do like the stuff that this series dabbles with, that a lot of other regression series don't touch on. That's just reminded me of something, actually. I've been really thinking of doing a video talking about regressor series, and how they've kind of become the modern isekai, as it were. Like, isekai back years and years ago, but even really before I properly got into anime, but even, like, in, like, you know, just early pre-COVID to early post-COVID, like, isekai were big and everywhere. Now I feel like you don't really see many isekai. Maybe it's just because I don't look for them, I don't find them interesting, really, so I don't watch them, but it feels like they're not really a big thing anymore. Instead, a lot of this second light, I mean, there's still the same, like, core theme with an isekai as a regressor series, you know, the second life, as it were. But more of this stuff, maybe it's because I read a lot of webtoons now, there's a lot of webtoons about regressors, so that's probably a big thing, whereas in Japan, the isekai is a lot more popular. But it feels like there's been a lot more of this that is popular nowadays compared to how it used to be. Maybe that's because, you know, the webcomic format has become more popular with things like Tower of God and, I mean, ORV has had an anime announced, but God knows when that's actually going to come out. You know, stuff like that. God of High School, though it was butchered. Noblesse. Some other stuff has got, Lookism, I think, got an anime. Things that would do great for an anime, something like, well, Triple S Class Revival had to be sick to get an anime. Kubera, I'd love to get an adaptation of some kind, even though I think they probably wouldn't be able to do it justice. It would have to be a One Piece style anime where it would just have to go on forever. What else would do really good? Also, oh yeah, speaking of big webcomic out, it's Solo Leveling, duh. What other ones could be good? I'm actually completely wrong and blank. I even had some on the tip of my tongue, now I'm just actually blanking totally. What the fuck? Oh, the Stellar Swordmaster's got an anime announced, which is crazy, because that webcomic isn't even old. I remember that coming out. I started reading that when it came out. Well, like, Season 2's coming out, which I've now read on the channel. But that's kind of crazy that that's already getting anime. It's not been around for that long. With stuff like ORV, it's been around for ages, and it's only just getting one. Kubera still doesn't have one. Oh my god, I literally read it last night when I got back from work. What the fuck? Unordinary. Oh my god, Unordinary would be so good as an anime. Bro, don't even try and tell me Unordinary would, like, not be a sick anime. Anyway, carry on with this, shall we? Triple S Class Revival Hunter, episode 150.
Welcome, Fourth King. Everyone's been waiting for you to declare you're clear.
Wait, what's that? I can understand a goblin doll, but a snail?
There's a goblin doll, too.
Where did you get it?
I made it.
Can I touch it? Just once? What exactly do you think you're doing? Oh, the bat's so cute! If you got time to play with the constellation, let's move on. It took 24 days just to clear floor 31. Says the one holding something in their arms, too. This is for research purposes. I'm just checking merchandise. It's a rare item made by a constellation, isn't it? Even the item description is detailed. These people. Look at it. Oh, okay, the goblin one is quite cute, but for me, my favorite is the bat. Oh my god, look at it. Look at it. Oh my god, the bat one is adorable! It's so cute! I like bats. I think they're cool. They're a cool animal. Flying mammals. Pretty best. But look at it! It's adorable! Oh my fucking god. Anyhow.
Now that I think about it, have I lost all sense of time?
In fact, I don't know who's saying that. Now that I think about it, have I lost all sense of time? It took me 10 years. It took me years just to get past the 10th floor. Well, the faster they clear, the better. Is this the 32nd floor?
This is more like a waiting room. Floor 32 won't activate until all of you declare stage clear. The snake over there has been waiting for you here for 15 days.
I feel like his rice are gonna get cooked. My body was aching so bad I thought I'd die. What took you so long? Just wrap up with the kids and get out already. We can't even observe what they're doing in here. So I just kept meditating the whole time. It's a good training opportunity, surely. With a Dokumi doll by my side, of course. I feel like there was a mistranslation last chapter then. It helps with meditation. Well, I've been approaching this completely practically. What you were doing, what were you even doing until now? Seriously, you guys are way too immersed. No, it's you who's way too careless. What? Didn't the princess say when we entered the 35th floor? Floor 31, that the theme from floors 31 to 40 is the race war, which means it's likely that from 31 to 40 we'll continue to manage the same race. If we were just clearing floor 31, sure, you could leave once the mission's done. But if we're managing the same race all the way to floor 40, it's a different story. Even if I leave, I need to set things up so the race can grow on its own. What? Wait! When did they say that? Anyone paying attention could have figured it out. You're fun. You tend to gloss over anything not related to martial arts. For real? So that's why everyone was dragging their feet on 431 for 2 weeks? Clan leader, it's alright. Even if your race goes extinct, there are still 6 more. Damn it! What did I say? The snail's quite cute.
Don't worry too much. The top 7 ranked races, including yours, at least made it into the next era, the 32nd floor.
He's just gonna have to play catch up.
Thanks to all your efforts, the prehistoric age ended quickly. Next up is the ancient age.
From the point of the 431, at least a few thousand years must have passed. Did the goblins survive all that time? Well, given what she just said, yeah. Well, at least the princess did guarantee their survival. That's a bit of relief.
Alright, now that everyone's here, I'll open up the next stage. The 32nd floor is set 200 years after the 31st.
Huh? Only 200 years? Did you mean 2000 and say it wrong?
You heard right. I was surprised too. Didn't expect you to be that fast. Or maybe slow is more accurate this time. Sometimes the long way around is the shortcut.
Because they've spent so much time setting up the foundation, the ancient age has come sooner than it would have had they, taken the easy route, which would have then been like 2,000 years for the ancient age, which would have given more opportunity for the race to have been dwindled down before the ancient age hit. Because of all the work that has been put in, the ancient age has come sooner, which means that more of the race will have had less time to have been whittled away and affected by the natural courses of time, and as such, the race should be bigger and more affluent, even though the ancient age has come sooner because they had a better foundation. Whereas if it had taken 2,000 years, sure, the population could have grown more in 2,000 years, but also it could have dwindled more, especially if they didn't have the means to make good progress as well, which is why it would have taken 2,000 years. And without the means to make good progress, you're more than likely not going to be able to create a prosperous population and civilization. As such, it happening in a shorter amount of time results in a more affluent, prosperous, and larger population, even though the amount of time is a 10th of what was expected. Genius stuff. Very good. Very, very good.
Alright then, I'll open up floor 32. Wait a second! Not everyone's here yet. The Heresy Inquisitor's missing. We should wait until they declare clear and then move on to floor 32. That's fine, no worries. I told you already. Everyone who needs to be here is here. They were the first to arrive on floor 32 and have been waiting since. What? Like I said, you'll understand once you get there.
What? What is that?
The commuters, Bootle, Liang, Ling. Oh, the little pub near the Great Hollow. I really want to delay service day this year, Lime. Do you stick your slimy self at the wall pass, live? You wish. Every wall passes policy in policy public property, Lang. Where I arrive is up to the gods, but how I crawl is my choice, Lime. Really went way too much this year, Lime. Sadly, I'll have to spend this winter in the olden land again.
So, the Heretic Inquisitor has manually spent those 200 years. And it shows.
I endured today for this one, my love. Seeing how bright this glows, the kids must have brought back something good, Lime. My disease knows best with even rock tobacco. Now I think it's old.
Wait, is all this Sanwa tribe? Where are the other races?
Hurry up and move this stuff, Lime!
Of course, I mean, they're gonna have gotten abused because he fucked that race over.
Seriously, those noble race types are all lazy, Lime! Despite this high price, they slack off the second you look away, Lime! Feed them, clothe them, house them, and keep them alive. What more could they want? Me? These slaves treat them a little when they're not crawling all over you, Lime. They don't even have shells. What gives them the right to act up? I like lime just once. If you pronounce it right, I'll let you off.
Ravy.
Look at them! Snails can't even pronounce lime. They're more loudly. Can't even speak a sacred word. Lime.
You know, I was expecting there to be a lot of nonsense in this chapter, but this isn't what I expected.
You pussy things. Hurry up and move the stones.
I mean, even so, how does this make any sense? I gave them all kinds of help before leaving the 31st floor. I made them swords and spears and even taught them how to fight. Yeah, but you didn't teach them how to make tools, did you? Well, how the saying goes, teach a man to cook, feed him for an afternoon. Teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime. Teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime. Teach a man to lifetime, he fish. Teach a fish to man, he cook for an evening. I can't remember the copy pasta of that myself perfectly, but it's quite funny. I do like it.
Huh? Oh, I see some familiar faces! Of course! So we finally being acknowledged as having entered a new era? You psycho bastard! What the hell is going on? What the hell is my race working as your race's lackeys? I can explain that quite easily. The snail civilization I've established is a highly labor-intensive society. Slavery is quite an efficient system for supplying labor. Luckily, 112 years ago, the noble race invaded en masse, so I repelled them and captured every last one. What? Don't worry. Though they're a proud and stubborn race, taming them is just take a little bit of effort. And in about 3 more generations, we should be able to overwrite their racial instincts.
Heresy Inquisitor, I'd like to ask you something.
Ah, Demon King. Yes, please ask anything.
We declare the 31st floor clear and move to the waiting room. You weren't there, but the princess said you were the first to arrive on the 32nd floor. What exactly does that mean?
Ah, technically speaking, that was a misleading statement. I did not arrive on the 31st floor.
You made the 31st floor. 32nd floor.
I've been waiting on the 31st floor this whole time. If the 31st floor was connected to the next one, there would have been no need to declare it cleared, right? So I told the tower I wouldn't declare the stage clear. I stayed by the Sanwa tribe's side and continued to nurture them. It's been a while. So good to see you again, everyone. It's been 200 years, 6 months, and 21 days.
You'd go insane. But, I mean, the Heretic Inquisitor is already batshit crazy, so I suppose that's not the most insane thing. Well, I feel like the way they played this game is going to change drastically from this point on, and now they're all playing catch up. They're all cooked. They're all cooked. I mean, I don't know what Viper's plan is. His race is fully enslaved, so he's fucked. Right. Well, hope you enjoyed it. Like and something because well, usually you stuff and all that way. Join 1,000 subs if you can. 2026. Would do us a favor and help each other. That'd be greatly appreciated. And I'll get your time for another video. But for now.